What's going on, everybody?
It's another Monday,
Hello.
and it's the Scoops.
So Cole's here with us today because there's no guest. In case no one has caught on, every last Monday of the month is just the boys.
Yep, the squad.
Yeah, so we just don't fill in a guest on those days. Yeah. So
Did you leave it saying that the squad unites? Did you actually say that? Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's up.
Nope, that's what it should be.
Yeah, but Cole's here. We're gonna talk about some random crap.
Hello, everybody.
So just life stuff. So how's everybody doing today?
I'm doing good. Waking up for work this morning was ass. I spent the past 4 days probably staying up till like 2 in the morning.
Are you
And
playing
then
PC and stuff like that?
Just whatever,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I had to wake up at 5:45 this morning. I wanted to die.
I woke up at 7. I didn't have to go to work though. I just did homework. I've had so much homework, dude. It's been,
I just had work at home.
dude. I swear, I feel like every time I have homework, I feel like I'm doing it so much. So I'm like, do I have a lot, or am I just,
I can't even. I've been thinking about it. Like I was thinking about it on the way home from work today. Like I can't even really think about school anymore. Like I kind of can. I can think about it, but like I was thinking about how much it sucked. Like I remember being a kid. This is kind of what I thought about specifically. Was like wanting to ride a dirt bike really bad that I had just gotten, but knowing every day I had to wake up and go to school first.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I can just be instantly satisfied with everything, and I'm like, wow.
Like, it's so much better.
Yeah, I'm like, this is great.
You don't have to wait for shit.
Granted, it's not for that same reason, but same principle.
I was talking to JB today about how it's weird that we're like the age when you're like 15, you kind of look up to those people. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're
Yeah.
like they're older people, and we're kind of like getting there. Even then, we're still not old, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's weird that you're like are where
You, know,
you
you realize
like,
you get there and you're like, fuck.
I know.
I thought I would have it here now. I thought I would.
Yeah.
I'd figure something out
Yeah.
between now and then, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
High school
Well-
ending's really weird.
a little bit.
I mean, just a change. It's just like something actually ended. You know what I'm saying? It's like you thought that would never
Yeah.
end, even if it was supposed to end. It's like,
Seriously.
dude, this is taking forever.
I feel like you were stuck in a time warp and just like,
Yeah.
God, it's never gonna end.
Then you get there and you're like, thank God I'm over. And then you get over and you're like, damn, wish I was still in high school.
Fuck, it's
Like
just
they
another
always say.
round. You got four. What? I got the same shit.
But anyway, back to the subject at hand. You going to the gym, Dylan?
No.
No.
I ran twice last week.
So, am I the only one doing the 425K
I might.
birthday?
Might do it.
Okay.
I just don't know.
I don't
like
wanna
I've
do the
never
trail.
ran. I've never even ran that far. Like the most I've ever ran is 2 miles. So
Dude,
I
yeah.
don't know if I want.
I've never ran that
I don't
far
know if I
on
want to
hills.
commit to this 5K and then get there and be like, dude, I ain't gonna be able to finish this 5K. So
Yeah, it's not easy.
you know,
Well, even there, they
But
say
it's with hills. It's not flat.
Yeah, I know.
Did you run your 5K with hills?
No.
Because I haven't really
But I
either.
almost wonder because sometimes it's not hard on my legs, and it's like I get a little winded. But it's more so like at the SRC when I'm running. Like I ran the 5K at the SRC. Also, anybody wants to know? Got my first 5K last week. Pretty excited. But anyway,
Said turn me on.
I ran that one at the SRC, and it was 34 laps. Okay, like that is so mind numbing going around those. You know what I'm saying? Like
seriously.
when you're running outside, you're at least like looking around and stuff, and you're kind of
I've done
Whatever.
all mine on a treadmill.
yeah, it's horrible.
Staring at
Treadmill
one
is even
thing.
worse. It hurts my legs. I hate
Yeah.
treadmills. Give me shin splints.
I probably legitimately ran 4 or 5.
See, I've never ran one, so
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Well, the
Oh, we ran
first 2 I
5Ks.
ran were slow. Slow.
As
over
long as you,
40
that's the
minutes.
thing though, you have to get there. I was telling Cole that, like, you can't like.
Yeah, I just didn't care. I just took it like I was like, I'm gonna have to run this fast for the rest of this time to keep up this pace.
well, I mean,
like,
I ran
to
2
keep
miles
going.
today, so I've been like working up. It's gonna be a while before I can
Next
get to
time you get to
3.
2 miles and you get to the end, you're feeling good. Just tell yourself you're gonna run another mile.
I mean, I will.
Do it.
That's what I'm saying. Once you get like we were talking about, once you get to a mile, that's when it's like, okay, and now I just gotta go until I really just can't. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
once I get to 2 miles, I can do whatever.
or that, yeah, like seriously,
Yeah,
it's just I'm already here. I've got to where I wanted to go, so I mean, might as well go a little bit longer because that's just
that's true. I don't know.
and then like running the last 2, that's good
What's
too.
the weather supposed to be like for the rest of this week?
It's supposed to be a 40% chance of rain for like 2 straight weeks. I'm
Fuck
pretty sure.
you.
Yeah,
Dude,
Are
seriously.
you shitting me? I was like, maybe
live
if
in
it's
the
kinda warm, I'll
Amazon.
run.
dude, Kentucky weather's the worst.
I need
We're
to
like
watch my
the
mouth.
asshole of the gooch.
The asshole of the
it's where
gooch.
all the water
So
and
tomorrow-
connects and like
Tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure.
It says chance of snow. I don't.
Chance of snow? Are you serious?
No, it doesn't say.
Probably
Like it
not.
says 0% chance of snow. Where's the chance of rain?
I mean, why
Well,
would you
anyway,
even
because it doesn't
report
say
0%
rain
chance
for
of snow?
tomorrow though, but the high's 53. It doesn't say rain for Wednesday, and it's 61. Then it storms for 3 days.
Tomorrow, I'm supposed to go to like a power yoga thing or something.
Dude,
how are you?
would you run
Yes.
Wednesday?
I don't know. I'm wondering how much, well, today I didn't do anything. I need to go do the bike when we get back, I think.
Well, don't do anything. Let's run Wednesday.
I'm not gonna run. I would just go do like light bike, just to get
Oh,
my
okay.
legs just like a little bit of like a whatever you call it, taper, I guess. It's not really taper, but like getting your legs loose so you don't get tight. But my buddy, a guy from working with me, like runs a lot.
Mhm.
He's running those races where like you go and like you get 5 people, you run a half marathon and like a marathon, and you have like 4 miles dedicated to you. You run, you hand it off to somebody, they go next. I think that would be cool if I like one
That'd
of
be
our friends.
pretty
That
cool.
would be cool. Seriously,
Yeah.
we like 5 guys or something like that. You go do something like that. Us 3, Nick would
5
do
guys,
it.
burgers, and fries, and
Yeah,
run
yeah.
until we want to die.
Get sponsored by that. Go finish in like 10 seconds each. It's like 2.5 seconds a mile. That shouldn't be too impossible. Technology's only getting better. But
Well, you're
anyway,
responsible for
It's
4
getting
miles.
better, faster and faster.
Yeah. I've only
I
done.
haven't ran that far.
I've never
so
done power yoga. I want to see what that's like. I've never done
I don't even
yoga
know what
in
power yoga
general.
is.
He said, "I wish." I'm not gonna look at the text.
This is what he
message.
said, man.
It was something like yoga and stretching.
Do you
and
listen
then
to
just-
power ballads?
No.
It's probably just you do it real fast. Or it's mainly like the deep squats and stuff.
Dude, I want to try hot yoga too eventually.
I've done hot yoga.
Is that is that actually in a hot room? Is that
It
what
was, yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay,
hot.
okay,
yeah,
okay,
it
make
was
sure
hot
it's
as
a hot
shit.
sauna, right? Okay.
I need to watch one now.
Sauna
Wow.
is
It
nice.
was super hot in there.
Hey, you ain't gotta watch your mouth.
No,
It's
I want to
super
watch
hot.
Curse
it.
words are for adults.
But okay. Well,
I mean, it's up to you though.
all right,
It's
5-second
language.
gap of that rule not existing. It was fucking hot as shit in there. Like I was sweating and like from everywhere, and it hurt my eyes. I was sweating so much. Anyway, back to normal. It was seriously so hot in there, and like the puddle of sweat that was on the floor around you is what really got me. I didn't realize I was sweating like that until my shirt and my shorts couldn't take anymore, and it just like was on the ground.
Oh my god. And you're doing yoga butt naked.
And I feel like I wasn't even doing it like super well. Like it was hard. It was hard.
Last time I was in the sauna, dude, it's getting harder to get in the sauna because I know I can just take it off, but I have this necklace on me, and it gets so hot in there so quick.
Yes.
Anytime, and it's okay to just sitting there, but anytime the
You
bottom of
move
it
it.
touches it, it's like so I'm just sitting there not moving at all. I could just take it
Yeah.
off, but by the time it's so hot, and I'm like, I don't want to have to let it move and me touch me. I'm taking it off, so no thanks.
You need to put a towel over your neck.
Well, I mean, I was at the gym. I didn't have a towel.
They have towels there.
I
What
couldn't
are you
use a
talking
shirt.
about?
Stupid.
I
They
could've
have
used a shirt.
towels at the
You just
gym.
walk up to the front and say, "Hey, can I get a towel?" And they'll say, "Yeah, here's a towel."
Also,
Here's a towel.
I can honestly just put a shirt on and just have it over the shirt. Honestly,
Yeah.
that'd work too.
Except you're
Like wear it around the
stupid.
collar.
I am stupid, okay? I'm sorry for being dumb. All right, but don't. I'm gonna ask you about something. I asked my mom about this. This is really random. Random subject. But
I prefer white cheddar cheese. It's over the regular cheddar. Yes.
okay, you
No.
got the answer. Okay, what's the next subject? But anyway, so did you see anything about the Donald Trump John McCain thing? John McCain. That sounds so country.
So at first I saw a tweet that was really like short
Yeah.
because I could tell that it was like a bigger thing. So then I looked up a video, which Joe was talking about it being like kind of like
It's
7
5
minutes, something
dude,
like that.
That's what I'm saying too.
The one
It's
I
not a
watched was
30
like
second
2
clip.
minutes, and it really closed in on like the John McCain stuff for only about 45 seconds.
Well, also,
You
what's
talking about the tweet?
yeah. There's like, did you look it up?
Yeah.
Well, so there's like, just read there's a tweet that has the video, and it also has a short little summary of some stuff on it. You'll find that one. And you
It's
find
just
that one, let me know.
like he's dead.
Well, it's like, first off, when he starts it, you gotta watch his behavior too, because he's almost enticing the audience to cheer him on to do this.
He
Like,
always does that.
When he was like, John McCain, I know it's the elephant in the room, I know the media's gonna butcher this, so you all know about John McCain, you want me to tell you? And then they're like, yeah, and he's like, it's obviously he's enticing them to tell him, do you think he wants him to go, no, we're good, go to the next point, you know what I'm saying? But still, he goes on and then talks about like John McCain being killing thousands or millions of people while like in office, like going back on different deals that he would like. What was it they were talking about? Was it something with they had some bill going through that he said that John McCain was all for years, and they finally got to this vote and he gave it a thumbs down, and then he went on some big spill about how John McCain's basically a piece of shit and that he didn't have to give him his funeral. They had to go through the president, and he didn't have to do it, but he did anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, I mean, I don't really like the guy, but it's like, why? He can't even defend himself.
yeah, no.
Like, you can't, like, don't even bring it up. Just let it be done. You've already said that before. Like,
See, but my thing is like, I don't see where Trump gets any credibility. As I'm saying,
Yeah.
even if John McCain being dead, I could give a fuck what Donald Trump says. Like, any of it is just garbage.
also, me and Cole were talking about this. You can't just have somebody be like, go into war and be held captive and then come back and be able to do everything perfectly.
Seriously,
Dude, this dude's
like,
been through some stuff.
Dude,
Yes.
This dude is not the same as he was. Like, he is not thinking clearly. There's no way. He was a captive in war.
And the average person's over here screaming at him, and it's like, dude,
Dude,
Let me go see you do that and come back and be a normal living human being.
I don't understand why we have him in. Like, I'm not saying he did
we
a
have
bad
people
job. Like,
leaving
I'm not
high school.
I don't really know what he did. I'm not criticizing him or anything, but I just can't see how we trusted something. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm saying, how can we trust the
Oh yeah,
very
like
thin fabric of what holds someone together hadn't fallen apart for him when he was a captive in war?
that's true.
Like, he's
Well,
in,
putting him-
he's
well,
in
he-
charge of lives, and we're like, yeah, it makes sense. He's not gonna fuck it up. Like,
But also, he was only a small piece of
yeah,
a giant
true.
body of government. You know
But
what
how
I'm saying?
many of the other people are?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like,
Like these
what?
giant vets that, but also I think. But see, I don't know. Is it a bad thing that
I mean,
we just
maybe
can't
it is
relate?
Maybe it is a good perspective. Like, they've seen some fucked up shit. They know how bad the world can be. They want to stop the world from being that bad of a place everywhere.
Right.
I mean, that's possible too, but I don't know.
Also, I don't know how
mean,
bad war is today. I don't know how bad it is to be in the army
I
today.
mean, less people die in today's wars than ever before.
Yes, but
Like,
people still do die. Those I think. They
Somebody
still
died in
seem-
People still do.
Afghanistan the other day.
It's usually accidents.
They still-
though,
yeah, it
I
still
feel
happens.
like. I feel like it's usually accidents, not attacks.
I feel like some of them probably still get zinged every now and then.
I mean, probably.
Zing.
Probably.
You seen those videos where they're like by their car and you hear a ding and it's like somebody shot a bullet and it just went straight and it was like, oh, like so they were like,
Whoa.
hey, Mary Duck, and they all get in the car and they're just...
Dude, I remember.
Also, I saw that video on Twitter, so let's go ahead and but go ahead.
I don't know what part of government this dude was in, but he was like one of my friends, like older brothers or something. But he like came back from war, and he's like, man, my friend was telling me the story, and he was like, he's telling me like that like they were over somewhere and they weren't allowed to shoot, like they weren't allowed to kill anybody,
Right.
but they had to like just gather like intel of like a place they were at. I don't remember where they said they were at,
So they
but-
weren't really there to kill anybody. They were there just getting
Yeah.
info. Okay.
but like they did have weapons, and like they knew that there were people watching them. And he said that every now and then they would like shoot at them, like the other people would shoot at the people gathering evidence for us.
Oh god.
And they said that one time they were just like sitting there, and like the other guys were shooting at them. And he said there's a canteen sitting next to him, so he shot the canteen, and then they never shot back. Like the other side was like, "Oh fuck."
Well, okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, because they were like trying to kill him, and they couldn't even.
It's
get
cool
close.
too that they didn't actually. Did they intentionally not kill them just to let them know, hey, don't?
Oh yeah,
It's kind
because
of cool.
like they were just saying we could fuck you up.
Yeah.
Blow.
Also, imagine these reporters and journalists that go out and just like
That's crazy.
Yeah, it
Dude,
is.
Like when
what's
they're
his
wearing
name?
the gear.
Yeah.
like Younger. What is that? Younger? Is that his
I don't
name?
know.
He's the guy that there's that big documentary. I watched it in one of my.
you ever seen like the World War II documentaries where they have live footage?
Like you might know, but I bet
They're in
it's
black and
insane.
white, and it's like the real people went there and they sent the film back. Like some of them didn't live. Like
See, I can't imagine being something like okay. Did I tell you about my uncle, or not my uncle, but my great uncle that was in the Vietnam War?
no.
Dude, my dad always talks about this. This is his uncle, okay? Okay. Anyway, let's get real serious with this.
He's
flashback.
okay.
But so, my great uncle, like, got drafted into the Vietnam War.
Mhm.
And do you know about the event where they thought that enemies were coming and both sides shot each other, and it was the same side? My great uncle died in that. Got
What?
blown up by a tank.
Dude.
Dude, yes.
Dude.
He
I'd
said
be
he came-
so
yes.
pissed.
Dude, he came back in a body bag. Like they couldn't. They don't even
Dude.
know if it's your parts. They're just like, this looks like his. He
That's
can't
how
be
it goes.
displayed, dude.
Dude.
Seriously,
Closed casket.
Dude.
I
That's
fully
fucked
believe
up.
that today, like the Tom Izzo thing, people get mad at Tom Izzo for yelling at his players. We are
Dude.
soft,
We are soft.
dude.
We just bridged the gap, ladies.
I
and
feel
gentlemen.
I feel like it's a wave though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a wave though, and like the generation under us, I feel like is ruthless. So once they're like our age,
I
everybody's
don't know
just gonna be
anybody about the generation. I don't know anything about the generation under us. So I don't really know.
Like, well,
I know they like Fortnite.
yeah, and they're fucking ruthless on like these are the 12-year-olds that you heard on COD.
No, that was
Yeah,
us.
Roasting.
Yeah, that was us. Yeah,
But it's
saying
it's them
terrible,
too.
terrible things to people.
But it's them, like you get back on there and it's still them. It's them too.
You might be doing the same thing. It's just different time period.
I
Basically.
played COD all day yesterday. I didn't hear shit. This guy asked me what I was doing.
Also, you can't really get in trouble on COD either,
Yeah.
We love it.
because that's like Twitter almost, but like a free space. You can
You
say
can
whatever,
just
and
say
no one.
online people
you
are
can't live it.
ruthless.
Did you ever be in those lobbies where like some dude would come in with his deep ass voice, be like, "Yo, I can fuck you up, right?" You know what I'm talking about? Dude, dude would fuck you up a little bit. Like
Have you
somebody.
ever
like,
seen
oh.
the videos on YouTube of the people that like they'll like read off the people's information?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
they'll
talking
find their
about
address and stuff.
too. Yeah, and they're like,
Dude,
dude,
that's
are awesome.
terrifying.
their voice is super deep, and you're like, "Damn,
Yeah.
dude."
If I was playing that, I'd be like, I'm never playing this game ever again, ever.
I remember somebody got off when somebody told her their address. Like, we were playing with these dudes, and then, like, this guy just straight up told him, he was like, yeah, I know you live in Kentucky, and he just straight up backed out.
Dude, we had a kid.
I
He's
was
just like, zero.
I'd be out.
I'm not gonna say names. We had a kid in high school that. When
Oh, yeah, I know.
he would like
That's
tell
what-
you if you fucked with him, he would just get in your IP address and turn off your shit.
Yeah.
And
How
dude,
do
I'm
you do
telling you,
that? Like how?
dude, and today,
Is
like,
he not a computer programmer now? Like,
No.
we
Okay,
should
I
do that.
saw
if
him
you can do that, like
when me and you went running that day at
the park.
yeah, whatever park that was. What park was that?
I don't know.
Broad Run. When me and him went running there, I saw him there running. I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway.
I'm not gonna say.
But dude, he would like if that
Wait,
was me.
really?
that day,
Saw him there?
I'd be having some words if I was sitting there playing a game and then I had school with him the next day. Woo! I'd be like, "Hey, motherfucker, let me get in my fucking shit." Like it would not be a joke.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't be like, "Mom."
I mean, I was
But I'm
generally
also
a nice
an
person,
adult.
so.
Also, I'm also not in the moment.
Yeah.
So I mean, I might have been
I'm
like,
gonna
"Ugh."
kick his ass. Or he's gonna kick mine.
Well, I've had that happen too. So you know about that story?
Yeah, you told me
That's
that one.
Yeah, I
That's
used to have to
the
hear
way
that
it-
every day of my entire life.
That's hilarious, dude.
And
Dude, it was traumatizing.
oh, was it?
I bet. I mean,
Did you see it live? Did you see it close up, close and
Bitch,
personal?
I was close.
Dude, I bet. How hard was he hitting me? And it looked
well,
from
see,
afar.
the only thing that was weird about it is because, like, it looked hard, but he's, like, skinny, like, real skinny. And
But
so,
dude,
I mean,
some
Joe
people
was
can
skinny.
hit hard though. I have what? Yeah, I do in 7th grade.
Hey, yeah, 7th grade. So how old are you? How old is a 7th grader?
Probably 15.
No, we're not 15. I wasn't even
14?
13.
Oh,
I'd say
dude.
so. I was 18 when I graduated. So
My
then
brother's 13 in
junior
8th grade.
17,
You're like
sophomore
14, 13.
16,
Oh, shit,
15,
yeah, we said
14,
7,
13,
stupid.
13. Yeah, 13. So
And how old is
I
he?
said, my brother's 13 in 8th grade. I was
he
like, oh,
was
wait.
he had failed 7th grade twice.
Okay, so how old is he?
He was
probably 15 or 16.
He's probably
Yeah, dude.
15 at this
Did he
point.
drive to school?
No.
Also, I turned 13 that year. Like
Pretty
that
sure he's
wasn't. I was
15.
just
Yeah,
13,
yeah.
if it even happened. Yet.
I'm pretty sure you're probably 12.
Yeah,
now
dude.
that I'm remembering right.
Seriously.
So you 12-year-old getting your
Probably
ass
12 or
kicked by a
13, yeah.
15-year-old
The
kid?
full story behind that is I actually made the joke about him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Brandon kind of took the fall for it because I had like somebody said something about school and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll. And then somebody said like failing twice. And I said like, yeah, maybe I'll be like him. And then he literally was putting his lunch up and goes, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I literally shit my pants. Like I was literally like, and then he was like, he told me the next day that I was gonna have it, and I didn't believe him. But yeah, I had it.
Dude.
He literally like I was sitting there, I would look over and he was staring at me. Literally would not look away from me.
It's hilarious.
Like I had disrespected him, which I mean I did. Like I deserved what I had.
He said, I didn't disrespect
But
him.
I
It's time
paid.
for me to get
Yeah.
mine.
But dude, then the next day, literally, I'm sitting there, and just comes up and just poof, poof. I mean, he hit me a good amount. And all my friends sit there going,
Dude, he
Just
was
watching.
like on him, like just
I mean, literally,
up
there's-
behind him, like because he was sitting at like the lunch table with your legs kind of in there.
yeah, I'm
And
stuck
you
in this
just walk
fucking
up
thing.
behind him, and, like fucking.
Like I had to literally just all I could do was just grab my head because I couldn't.
yeah, he just sat there like
Like
this.
what else am I gonna do?
You
Like,
should have. I would have.
But see, there is no I should have because it's like you're in the moment. I'm a
Yeah.
12-year-old kid, skinny as shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got in
You're
fights when I was
getting
little and skinny.
whipped.
but also
See, I never got in fights. I was
I
like, I
gotta
was
get
pretty
in the
much cool with
time.
everybody.
but that really
so-
wasn't a fight though. Too. I'm not saying that anything
Oh
different.
yeah,
I still
no, in
got
a
my
fight
ass
you got
beaten.
mugged.
But I got
Yeah,
like,
it's
literally I had
true.
no.
You did just get
Yeah, I'm
It's
just sitting
fucking
there.
crazy.
Dude.
And then look, when they pulled this kid away, he tried spitting on Joe.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
dude, my thumb was like black. I got a big knot on the back of my
Jesus.
head. Dude, seriously, he hit me pretty good. He got me pretty well.
Damn.
And then years later, listen to this. Me and Austin Rhodes are going to the CLC. The good old CLC. Remember those days?
Yes.
But anyway,
The
so
good old CLC.
we were walking to the CLC, and they always hung out at that Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And me and him were walking by, and he was there. And he comes walking over, okay? And he's like, "Hey." And I'm just still walking, and then he starts talking to Austin. He's like, "Hey, give me your backpack." And Austin's like, "No." And he's like, "Give me your backpack." And he's like, "I'm not giving you my backpack." And he like stood there for a second. He's like, "I'm just fucking with you." And Austin looked back to see where I was. I was already down the road. I was not even near him. I
Joseph, fuck this.
I said,
Fuck
didn't,
that, man.
said, didn't save me back then. Not gonna save you now. I got my due
God.
soon.
That's hilarious.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, but wait until he wasn't looking and beat his ass.
No, that is I learned my lesson though. You shouldn't talk shit about people.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
See, sometimes bullies are a good
Yeah,
thing.
you should just
you
be
learn
ready.
lessons from bullies.
Well,
Sometimes.
but technically I was the original bully there,
Exactly.
but a behind the back bully.
Exactly.
So that's even worse in my opinion. You gotta tell somebody something to their face.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the victim of it. So I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not.
I'm starting to get into confrontation a lot, so I like saying it to people.
It's better. It's better to do that way. You just don't have to be
I
like in their
fucking
face.
love
You-
it. I used to hate it, but now I almost like seeing people's reactions.
well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I hope I get there. I don't like confrontation right now. I'd rather just not talk
See,
to
like
people.
my
I'd rather just take note and then be like, all right, I will not
I
talk
feel
to
like
you
my
anymore.
my
Interactions
grandma
with you
used to
will be
think I get
minimized.
embarrassed around her, and she'd like say something in public or like get in like not like a scuffle, but like a word battle with somebody. Anytime we went to the store or
Yeah.
something, it felt like. Now I'm not saying I like that, but
Oh,
like I don't
God.
refrain from it.
Yeah.
I do. I mind my own business. Like,
I mean,
even
I
if somebody.
mind my own
See, if people
business, but I'm
bother
saying
me, like,
that's
if
what I'm saying. If
people
they
come up to
bother
me-
me, I'm not gonna be like I'll no longer just be quiet.
Yeah.
Especially in traffic now and shit, dude. I feel like I've had like 3 people almost rear-end me in the past week just because I brake checked their fucking ass.
Yeah, I don't do that on the road. I don't get mad on the road.
Well, because
Yeah,
they're
me either,
fucking.
man.
We're going like 70 and we're riding down the expressway and they're 3 feet behind me. I'm like, what if we need to stop?
What? What happened? Is it messing up? Is it? Well, hang on. That's funny. There's like 2 seconds of yellow. What did you ask me though? Oh, well, I was gonna say my philosophy is when I'm on the road.
Yeah.
So say if somebody cuts me off, I'm always in the car with people. So say I'm about to merge on, and
Mhm.
someone doesn't let me over because they kind of get too close and they're like, I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
I can honk the horn like everybody else when I'm sitting in the passenger side does, or I could think there's been many times where I've pulled up there and I've caught somebody like that, and they've honked at me. I'm like, fuck, my bad.
See,
So I just try to just go, you know what? I've probably done that before, so I'm just not gonna. But it's different. It's you gotta identify when they're being an idiot and when they're. You see, what I'm saying it's
Yeah.
kind of different.
Yeah.
See, but for me, I try and never be an idiot. Like for the most part.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm watching
yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm
every
driving
now
down the
and then
road.
you get,
Well, I'm driving down the road. I'm watching the lane like to the right,
yeah.
Mhm.
waiting for all these people to stop that are just gonna randomly get in my lane and shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't let people like if I pull out somewhere and I need to get over, I'll get in front of their fucking ass. I've like raced people just trying to do that shit pretty much.
I've done that a little bit. Yeah, pulling out real fast so you can get
So
in front
far, I
of them
haven't
real
like
quick.
lost seriously. It'd be
Yeah,
like
and I don't
that.
get like in front of them where they're going way fast if like they don't slam when the brakes are gonna hit me.
Yeah.
But I get to like their pace and get over. Like
A
you know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
time we're
Yeah.
on the on ramp pretty much to get on like the actual whatever like expressway
You
it
should
is.
have your spot picked out.
Well, I'm already going 75.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's good too. Like
I'm
you should be
hauling
going
ass.
traffic speed too.
I was just looking to see if it's still going.
Straight ass.
Sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Me and Cole were talking today about like going. My mom too. She had this argument with me about like whenever it's raining and stuff like that, you should go 10 under the speed limit. I more so just go because usually I go like a little. Everybody
I
speeds.
increase the distance that I leave
Oh, like
between
behind somebody.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Other
yeah,
than that, I'm rocking. I might still go 5 over. I don't know.
I usually go. So usually if I'm driving normal, I'll go a good amount over. So usually not like I'm not gonna say I'm speeding on here or whatever, but like I'll go like 10 or 15 over, probably 10.
Yeah.
And then usually when
I
it's
think I'm like
raining,
5.
I'll
I
probably go
can't
the speed
do
limit.
10. 10 stresses me out.
So usually I just go to the speed limit because I try to leave if I'm going somewhere. I try to leave to get there early.
Well, yeah. See, and I usually leave timely anyway. So like,
Because I
don't
used to speed a lot and I got pulled over.
see.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
I don't
first
do that
ticket
no
was
more.
huge. My
Yeah.
first ticket was like $200 and some odd.
I've gotten very lucky breaks.
I mean, I have two.
Same.
Like,
I
I
had
got
2
that
warnings.
expunged somehow.
Okay. Yeah, and I've never had like a fee or anything. They gave me warnings both times.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked. That was crazy.
Second time I was coming out of church or whatever, so they were like, "Oh man, good old church boy, you go home, son."
You go home,
I was
boy.
like, "Okay."
He ain't did anybody no harm. You go on bed now.
Yep. So me and Cole had we talked about the thing we talked about in the car. We can talk about that a little bit. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So we were talking about what would get somebody to want to basically sacrifice themselves to go to a higher power. Does that make sense? So if you're like a radical Islam, okay,
I know what you're saying.
yes, or if you're a martyr, is basically what I'm saying. Like, what can get you in the mindset to even want to do something like that, or even go, "This
It's the
is
same. It would be
It's
just like
also-
them trying to convince you it's real.
Yeah,
it's
I know-
like
I
the
know.
same thing
It's
as
also-
regular religion. I
It's
feel
also
like
you've been brainwashed from birth.
that's what I'm saying.
like
It's
you
the
don't
same
know
thing.
anything different. Like
Well, I feel like people forget that too. Like I just did. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like,
yeah.
I meant normal human day.
You know, a cup is a cup because they told you it was a cup. If I fucking raised you, and
I'm
told you
agreeing
that
with
cup
you.
was a plate, you would think it was a plate.
I don't know, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. So like, I feel like it's all about. It's more basic. Like when I say it that way,
yeah.
but in
No, that's the
general,
right analogy.
You don't think of it as brainwashed whenever it's that. It's just
Yeah,
It's just
but
they're
like,
growing
it's
up.
just everything.
Yeah, they're in
and
a
in
different area growing
reality
up.
that is what
not everybody has good adults that will lead them either the right
Yeah.
way. They'll have people that are evil.
It's
that
just
will,
what your reality is. Like,
I'm saying that not you. I'm saying most people when they talk about people like that forget that we are
Yeah,
somewhat
they
also the
think-
cause of what is going on. Like
Yeah.
us as a people. Like we.
normal people don't go fucking do that. Like,
Yeah.
Most people would.
And most time when people do stuff like that, there's somewhat of a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like not like a good reason. Not even a
Yeah.
right reason. Like it's right. You know what I'm saying? Like moral. But it's for a reason. That
Yeah.
that comes within. Like even the people that tell them to do it for a wrong reason are telling them that for a reason. Like they're
Yeah.
because if
Yeah.
you're living over there and all you see is planes coming over and then bombs coming down and some civilians die and then someone goes, "Hey, you see what they're doing to us?" You're gonna go, "Okay." Well, I might
Yeah.
listen to them. And then what are you gonna do? We're not going over there, pick them up, bring them over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're just staying there. So who else are they gonna do? They're either gonna become part of the dead people or they're gonna go join them. So,
Become part of the dead ones.
seriously though.
Okay, so that tweet you made earlier
Which one?
with the like when you haven't paid your child support and a guy with football
Dude.
pads comes in, that is so funny.
That dude tackling people is seriously so funny. He's
Dude,
a
I
big
haven't seen
dude,
that.
dude.
What is that?
So,
You haven't? They're
No.
incredible.
dude, I kind of want to show you, but I just don't want to.
I
put it on.
question
I feel like
if
I know
they're-
what you're talking about.
I question if they're real.
I don't doubt that they're real.
I
No.
don't doubt. I'm not doubting that he's actually hitting the fuck out of these people.
Yeah.
But I'm doubting if it's always for whatever reason they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Connor?
But for the most part,
Basically,
I've seen everybody get lifted off the ground.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
random people. Like
I mean, dude. Yeah.
he'll
you
walk
can
up to
get
you real
hit.
slow, and he'll like approach you like he's gonna fight you or something like that. And then just come up and just spear you in the stomach, pick you up by the legs, and slam you.
Dude, it's a weird feeling to get lifted and you're just like, oh,
That's how you're
and then
supposed
you
to tackle.
slam
I
into
hate
the
it.
ground.
You
yeah.
can tell he's done this before
Yeah.
at a decent level because he's
Yeah.
and dude, he's like there's one where this guy's running around this fence and he does like a full ass like nose dive like a defensive tackle or something and just goes around this fence and just grabs the guy and slams him down real hard. It's so funny. Someone even like screenshot. I was like, look at this nose. Look at this dude.
Look at this form.
But yeah, I tweeted and said something like I quoted it and said, "Oh, there was a guy that it said caption this, and it was just a dude that like looked over in the distance and started running off." And I said, "When you haven't paid your child support, and a guy in full pads comes walking towards you."
Dude, the one I saw it said Kelvin Benjamin running a fucking post. Watch this guy running. Hold on, I gotta
Okay,
find
pull
it.
it up.
You would think it's funny because he kind of looks like Kelvin Benjamin. It's like a bigger dude with dread.
I forget what we were talking about. For real.
Talking about this big dude.
I meant like the big dude with the dreads came from. Let me see the dread dude. There we go.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Also, the guy that tackles people, he apparently
Yeah.
tackles fathers that haven't like either paid their child support or take care of their kid. So he just
Oh,
finds them
damn.
and then just slams them. That's
Just
so funny.
wrecks them.
So it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
He's doing it for
It's a bad
charity.
thing for a good cause.
Slam
I think that
for the
makes it right.
kids.
He is teaching moral lessons via tackle.
I think that means I think that means it's okay. They're all adults.
They love it.
There's great
Having
lessons
fun.
in pain and losing your air.
Good fun.
Dude, getting the wind knocked out of you.
Dude, it sucks. It feels like you're dying.
I had to have.
It feels like you're dying.
I had to have in like 7th grade. I was jumping on a trampoline, and all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened. I guess we all were jumping. I flew in the air, and I just landed on my back outside the trampoline. And I was like, and they were like, "You all right?" And I was like, I couldn't say anything because, dude, it's horrible when you get your.
I remember I tried doing
Yeah.
a flip one time on the trampoline and I landed back, but like more forward like this.
Mhm.
And I jumped straight off the trampoline and like scorpion real hard and was just laying there like just like I can't even
Yeah.
describe it. Just like just flexing around.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do that.
Dude, I remember in high school football, I got lifted onto somebody's shoulder and then slammed on the ground, and then I took like 2 steps away, and I was like, and like I thought I was dying. Like I couldn't breathe for the next like 10 seconds. I was just like,
I've never played football. Wasn't allowed.
Yeah, I got creamed a lot.
yeah,
Do you think that football will be around forever?
yeah.
For our
Like, do you
lifetime.
think? Do you think CTE
yeah,
will ruin
Forever
football?
for me.
Well, I think, but yes,
What'd
I
you
think it'll be
say?
around forever.
I'm saying, do you think CTE
Yes.
will ruin football?
No, I don't.
You think people?
I don't think it'll ruin
It's
football,
also,
but-
I think nowadays it's also known more, so people know of the awareness that
We
I
have-
might get CTE.
Yeah, like
So if
it's
I'm
a
gonna
choice
play,
to make.
We have people literally in rings
Yeah.
punching the fuck out of each other.
I take,
But-
well, do you think they'll take that
And
away?
some people think that won't be around forever, though.
Yeah.
I think it will
be.
But
Dude, they've got bare knuckle boxing now.
yeah,
That's terrible. And they
Yeah.
fight in a little small
well, actually,
ring
no.
on purpose.
They're not like some people say bare knuckles better than like with gloves because it
I-
you
I know
don't
it covers
punch as
less
hard.
surface area, but it's more punctures. Because they talk about it on that thing. Like,
But I'm
if
talking
I
about
punch you with my fist right now,
Yeah,
I could punch you in the probably forehead like 14 times with a glove. 2 hits with a like a bare fist is gonna cut you.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm saying,
the only thing I think.
And much
But
harder
I'm
to hit you, right?
saying-
Because you're.
Well, they say it's like
No.
worse for your brain with a glove because like if I punch you
Yeah.
right there, that's the only part that's hitting you. If I punch you with a glove, I mean it's like
I know what I'm saying.
Well,
Harder to
hang
reach
on.
you. It's easier to get you. With it.
In some video I read or like heard about.
this
They
video
were
I
like-
read.
Well, but in like one of those videos I watched or something, they were talking about how like they were in a courtroom or something, and like they gave the guy a glove, and he said punch the desk as hard as you can. So he punched as hard as he could, and then he said, "All right, now take the glove off. Now punch the desk as hard as you can." He said, "No, I'm not doing that." He said, "Exactly. Like you're gonna punch you're not gonna punch as hard whenever you don't have a glove on, but that glove is only stopping you from breaking your knuckles.
So do you think
That
people?
glove isn't stopping you."
I don't believe
That
that.
glove
Yeah.
doesn't disperse any of the energy from your fist to their face. Like you're just you're swinging harder because
think
you
that's
know
people-
you're not gonna break your hand.
I think that's false. I think I know a ton of guys in the UFC that would just break their hand on a wall if they had to.
Yeah,
to prove the
I
point.
mean, maybe, but
I think that's people being timid. Like I think
But
a legit
then
fighter.
you're gonna break your hand. Like once your hand's broken, you can't. Then you definitely can't. Like
Well, no,
Oh,
but
who
that's not
says?
the point.
I'll show you. I'll break my leg and hit you with it. How about them?
I mean, Randy
no.
Couture broke his arm, and then later in the fight, knocked the dude out with that broken arm. So I'm not saying like these dudes are animals.
I
Yes,
think if I'm in a
but-
fight, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to swing as hard as I can.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like a boxer isn't
Yes.
coming in there saying I've got a
But
glove on, so I'm gonna punch harder.
the
Or like a
point-
UFC guy is like I've got a less of a glove than a boxer, so I'm gonna punch less. Like I don't see that
but
at all.
The point is, you're not gonna be able. Like it's gonna be physically impossible. Like
No, that's false.
your knuckles are gonna break, so your hand's gonna swell up, and then you're gonna fuck. Like
But we're not talking about if you're gonna finish the fight. We're talking about like if it causes more damage, and like the whole point of like glove versus not glove.
it causes more damage to your hands, but less damage to the head because you can't repeatedly keep punching once your hand's broken.
But I'm not talking
think
about
you
like
would
the
more so-
duration. We're
Shorter
not talking about like
fights,
a whole
basically.
duration of a fight. Yeah, because a bare knuckle fights are like 2 minutes.
Exactly.
That's like the whole point. But the thing about a boxing match is they would get ended that quick if they could do that much damage with just their fist. Because a lot of boxing matches get ended for blood and like stuff around the eye, that kind of issue, cuts that happen
Yeah.
above the eyebrow, and bare knuckle that happens every time.
I could see it only
Yeah.
being that you
I've
had
watched
that.
I've watched so many boxing matches and never seen blood.
I can only see it as being
Well, it's
where
also because
Not
in
once.
the bare knuckle ones, are they putting Vaseline on their face and knuckles and stuff?
I don't know, but I'm saying like
Because in a
that's-
regulation fight, you have to put Vaseline all over the glove, like all over your face, so it doesn't grip your
what
skin.
kind of
and
fighting you
rip it,
doing,
like-
Cole?
I
mean, they do-
I'm joking.
Yeah, but the whole point that I'm saying is if there's something over my hand or not over my hand, if anything, I'm punching slower.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is that with bare fist
You get more cuts.
and do more damage. If I punch you in the
you might
if
do
I-
more. You might do more damage to your face, as in cuts, but you'll do less damage to the brain. Is what I'm saying.
I think also no.
I don't know.
You're hitting also with a harder object if you're hitting with your knuckles.
Yeah, because that's
No, you're
blunt
not
force.
though. That's
How?
what people think. That's what people think.
Well, also it
but
depends.
it's only like an inch of padding. All it's doing, literally
an
the only
inch
purpose
versus
it
no
has.
It's still
padding
padding.
is padding.
That
The
embrace that
only thing it
absorbs
does-
impact as it's hitting your face.
It doesn't though.
It does.
It doesn't though.
It does though.
It
Because
absolutely
it's not-
does. That's
it's
the
not-
point of the glove.
It's not the blunt force. It's the like whipping action
See,
of your
because the
neck
reason I think you're
that
wrong
hurts your
is
brain.
because they took the padding out of a dude's glove and he killed a guy.
Okay, but you could kill him with a glove too.
Well,
It's
but you're
just-
saying the glove itself made him feel safe. He didn't have a glove on, or didn't have padding in the glove, and he had no fucking idea. And he killed this guy. He fucking killed him.
Okay, but I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I'm saying that you do more damage. He killed this guy with his bare fist. So I think you do more damage with your
I don't
fist.
think. I don't think you also do more damage every time. I think it would just depend.
I think
I
you
don't
do 8 out of 10 times.
I don't know. I also don't
Because
watch enough
people have
fighting.
died during like regular boxing matches, but like this one was like they took the padding out of his gloves on purpose. He came in and said like this glove doesn't feel right, and they said like it's fine, and
I'll
pushed
tell
him
you.
back out there.
As somebody who's been hit with bare knuckles, it doesn't feel good. We just talked about this, okay, guys?
I've been hit.
Did we not learn our lesson? I'm just kidding. Also, while y'all are talking about this, I might go pee real quick because I don't know much about fighting anyway. Because
Well, here's this
I mean, I don't know
article.
a ton, but I just
well, I gotta pee anyway because I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'm sorry, everybody.
this was just like a huge deal.
Well, this is this article that
God, there's so many
says
cords.
bare knuckle boxing is safer than using gloves. I realize this is just the first one. I typed in MMA gloves versus bare knuckle. This is the first like thing to pop up. So. you can use it.
I'm not saying, like it's possible.
I said
More
this is
people-
what I've heard.
More people
like-
have not put on gloves and gone to the hospital than people that have put on gloves like trying to fight.
But I'm saying, I think that's more because of cuts, not because of brain damage.
Well, yeah, but most aren't just getting a regular box and going to the hospital either. Like, I'm talking professional, yes. I'm talking about, like, if I got my backyard and a bare knuckle box or then a regular box, I'm not going to the hospital either way. You just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I'm not.
So I wouldn't get brought to the hospital anyway for brain damage, is what I'm saying. I would only go to the hospital if I was like, holy shit, my fucking face is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Or be like that fucking, what's his name? That had the concussion for like a month or whatever the fuck it was.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Speaking of concussions, did you see Gronk retired?
How old is he?
29.
How old? Okay, shit.
But Calvin Johnson retired like 31 or something like that.
Well, that's what me and Connor were talking about. And I was like, I don't know if it's young for a tight end because, like, tight ends get hit a lot. And I was like telling, like, running backs.
He's had some injuries.
It's like 31, 32 for running backs.
Yep.
And that's good.
Yeah.
So, like,
Football's brutal.
I feel like this sounds about right.
Well, also,
and he's been plethora of injuries.
His agent also came out and said, hey, he's young. He may come out and say, hey, I know, maybe not. Because he's got to, once you step away, it's also like he's going to miss it. So he's going to be like, damn, I kind of want to play.
He's like a tank, though. He don't, like,
Yeah.
he's like, I mean, he's finessed to, like, a degree, I guess. But, like,
Am I Gronk still?
Yeah.
yes, he is a monster.
He is,
And that's
but
why
he's always
I think
hurt.
well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he always gets hurt because he's trying to, like, bully ball.
But I mean, is he really a monster if he's always hurt? Like,
If he comes in when I need him, yes. It just depends. Like, I feel like people look at the NFL different because there's fewer games. But, like, it's like the NBA. You know how, like,
yeah,
they're like, we'll kind of try. And then it gets towards playoff. They're like, okay, shit.
Yeah.
We got to get it. I feel like if the NFL, I don't know if it's technically like that because there's so fewer games. But
no,
I feel
they're
like,
not. They're taking every game serious.
but about,
So,
like, game
yeah.
10, that's when, like, the reality sets in. You're like, okay.
No, I feel like it's all season.
yeah, it is.
Because, I mean, it's just because there's like 82 games. Like,
I mean, I'm
If
not
you
saying the
lose, like-
reality doesn't. Obviously, it would
Oh,
set
yeah,
in.
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
saying
yeah.
about at the 10 game mark, you know what's going to happen.
and you're
Yeah,
getting like
yeah.
playoff mindset
You know,
going.
yes,
yeah.
you know who's
Like,
not
how-
going to make
yeah,
it.
You know
yeah,
what needs to happen.
but fucking, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they always were like, he'll be back for the playoffs. Like just
playoffs.
But I don't know.
I hate,
29.
well, I don't know.
See, I think he's done. I think he's just like, fuck this. I've made my money.
How
I
many
had
Super
my
Bowls he
fun.
got? 3.
3,
Yeah,
maybe
more
2 or
than,
3.
Yeah, more
So
than he could have hoped
who's
for.
the second? Look up
I think
who would
2.
be the second best tight end in that conversation. I'm curious because they
In all
say he's
time,
the
or-
GOAT. Yes. Who else
Tony
would?
Gonzalez, maybe.
I don't know shit.
I don't know how many. I don't know how many rings he won. I don't think he won any. Tight ends.
I just want to see if it's even
Tony
close.
Gates is up there. Who's that? The old tight end for the Colts.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Clark.
That's not who
I think his last name was
That's
Clark.
not who I was thinking of either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Oh,
so
I think you're thinking of.
look up top 10 tight ends.
I'm
of all
pretty sure I
time.
had him. God, why can't I think of his name? Witten.
Jason Witten for
Maybe,
the
yeah.
Cowboys.
Didn't
Jason
he come out
Witten?
of Didn't he come out of retirement?
I don't know.
Jason Witten.
Dude, the Bengals have been
Yeah.
ass. I haven't been watching shit.
I gave up on the Vikings for the season too because Kirk Cousins just decided to shit the bed.
Dude, I'm actually kind of excited about how the Titans might do.
Who'd they say?
They weren't doing bad.
Ooh, this thing.
Did you see? He said.
This tight end ranking thing has Tony Gonzalez number 1, Antonio Gates number 2, Rob Gronkowski number 3.
Okay.
So
I'm
do
gonna
they
go find-
give a brief explanation of why?
They do. Tony Gonzalez, Pro Football Hall of Fame, class of 2019, 6-time first team All Pro, 14-time Pro Bowler, 270 games, 1,325 catches, 15,127 yards, 11.4 yards per catch.
That was Clark.
All right, I mean, yeah.
That's his name. Sorry.
And then 111 touchdowns. Antonio Gates, 3-time first team All Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, 236 games, 955 catches, 11,841 yards, 12.4.
Dude, he's
yards per
4,000 yards
catch.
behind the first place.
And then
3,000.
116 touchdowns. Rob Gronk.
I bet his games are low too. What were they both? 250 and up, something like
Ooh, yeah, okay.
that. He's probably got like 170 games. No.
4-time first team All Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3 Super Bowl rings,
Okay.
214 AP and PFWA Comeback Player of the Year, 115 games, 521 catches, 7,861 yards, 15.1 yards per catch, 79 touchdowns.
Okay, so his yards are impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but his stats are just not up there with the.
Well, I mean, they're like if he would keep. I think they're on pace, but
Yeah,
like
if
he's
he
quitting.
kept playing,
yeah,
If he kept playing, definitely. But he's had,
see, just hearing that.
he's had
How do you call him the goat?
100 less games than both of them. Over 100 less games than
That's
both
what I'm
of
saying. How do you call him the goat?
them. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
I
he
don't
can.
know.
Is it if it's just based on rings? I
I
get
think
it.
it's just based on rings.
I
And
think-
people that he's a relevant tight end, so people call him the
and
goat. because-
effectiveness of
And he parties.
use, basically.
And he averages, I think it was 0.69 touchdowns a game or something like that. Like he averaged something that he ended on
'Cause
6.9
he was-
receptions a game, something.
He was pretty close in touchdowns, even though all of his other stats were nowhere near. So he finished basically.
So change your topic also, not really change, but close.
Jeez, 115 games, not even half of what those other
Yeah.
guys had.
Hey, he's injured a lot too. Got fucked.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
And
he
also
didn't get
Antonio
injured.
Gates is still playing. He's old.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Where'd they
Yeah.
have him?
What?
Antonio Gates was number 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
I think who.
But when LeBron James passes Kareem for all-time scoring
Man.
on NBA, we'll let that be a question next. You can think about that.
Yeah, this because our article was made in 2019, so I guess those stats are updated.
Who's winning the NBA playoffs? Let me let me reform that
Clippers
question.
are hot.
Are the Warriors going to win it this year?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't see anybody else doing it.
Do you
Uh,
okay? How likely do you see that the Warriors can lose?
I mean, I don't know.
Let's put it in a percentage.
Honestly, I don't know what any of the. I don't know. What
I think
any of
it's
the other
this
teams look
likely that
like.
the Warriors can lose.
You think it's what?
Like blank. Like you say, I think it's how likely do you think it is in a percentage that the Warriors could lose in a 7-game series to any given NBA team?
And a team that they'll probably
20%.
play.
20% chance.
Okay.
In a 7-game series, I'd probably give them like a 25.
Okay.
I feel like they're the only team that's not like has inner conflict. Like every other team, I feel like is dealing with some shit between their players.
I wouldn't say that necessarily because
Bucks.
they get into the shit, but I think
Okay,
everybody
the
gets
Bucks-
over it.
Like I don't know. I also
Sixers
don't
really?
Watch, I don't watch the
Yeah,
NBA,
yeah.
so I don't know any of this. I don't have facts. I have
But you know, yeah.
very, very badly.
I don't watch a lot of it
informed-
either. I kind of just keep up with it like on the scoreboard and everything.
I think it's just gonna be about matchups, but I think
Yeah.
you're about right. Probably 30%. Whatever, 30, not 30, 35.
Okay.
Harden had had a career high last week also.
He had 61.
Yeah. And Jeremy Lamb's shot last night.
That was fucking dope.
The shot I showed you.
Yeah,
That was fucking dope.
If anybody doesn't know, look it up.
it was.
Lost the ball at half court, falls behind half court, launches it up from beyond half court for the win, banks it in, and time expires. That's pretty crazy. Down, what were they down 2? I think they were down
I
at
don't
least. No
fucking
matter
know,
what, they were
bro.
losing. So
Got a giant set
And-
of nuts.
they are out of the playoff race right now, but they are close to being in, so they needed that win. And he came up clutch.
What do you guys think about the Lakers not making it?
I don't give a fuck
not-
about the Lakers, dude.
Fluke or fake? No, I'm just playing. I think it should have happened the way it happened. Everybody talks about the games LeBron missed, but they're the games
I
LeBron
think
missed.
it's just they said "fuck you, LeBron" after he said, "Yeah, you can have anybody you want. I don't care about any of these people." You know,
I feel like that has a lot to do with
Yeah, I think
it.
also
like I
just
feel like they kind of said, "Well, fuck this." Like,
a
I'm
big
nothing.
thing,
Like
big
if
thing
I'm
to
not
have in
even.
the middle of the season too. Somebody had to come up, and you're just like, "What the hell, LeBron?"
But honestly, I feel like LeBron might have wanted to do that because he can just be like, "Yeah, this is my team now. I'm gonna we're gonna trade these guys out and get some people I want."
Do you think he was wrong in being so loud about it?
No.
Well, also, I don't know
Because-
because we aren't in the locker rooms. I don't know what the it's
Well,
like.
yeah,
and
but I want you to
also-
weigh in.
Oh, yeah, but
he
based
is
on
the
yeah,
only
what I'm saying.
person really in the NBA that has nothing else to prove. Like he's proved that he's pretty much the best. So you got to prove something to me to where you can play with me.
And he had one of his best years this year. Averaged 27, 8, and 8.
Who'd you say is the best scorer in the NBA right now?
James Harden.
Me too.
Now, you gotta word that better. Efficient.
No,
He's been
just
okay
scorer.
lately.
No,
yeah,
I'm
best,
leaving
yeah,
it vague.
for sure, best scorer is him, and probably Kevin Durant. Then Devin Booker is probably top 10 scorers in the NBA.
Is Kevin Durant averaging the third amount of points, you think?
No, I mean, I don't think so. No. Giannis is up there. Giannis is a good scorer, but he's just not a good shooter. He's like kind of like Simmons, but much bigger.
See, I kind of want to watch the NBA to watch people like him.
Yeah,
The new guys that are getting
Well,
the
that you can
best.
follow him for
for sure.
a long time. Like I
Yeah.
like college, but like it's been
Yeah.
harder for me as somebody with less time to watch
Yeah.
to keep up
'Cause
with
you gotta
these
stay
players that are.
invested, like,
yeah.
what?
And he's
still not even in his prime.
He's like 24.
Yeah.
He's got 4 more years.
Anthony Davis is young.
Yeah.
Yep.
So James Harden averages 36.4. Guess who averages the second most points this season?
Let me guess. Hang on. Don't tell us yet. You go ahead and guess.
I didn't even hear the question.
I feel like you know already.
Oh, Giannis.
What did
Go
you
ahead.
say? Say the question again.
Who averages the second most points this season? First is James Harden with 36.4. I'm just saying it's got to be somebody obvious that you'd probably know.
DeMarcus Cousins.
I'd say Giannis.
No, I don't have a guess. I don't know.
Okay, well
couldn't tell
Giannis
you.
is sixth.
Damn, really? Second.
It's fucking Paul George, baby.
nice.
28.2.
But look at how far back.
I know. That's the gap.
Seriously, you can't
Yeah.
give it to. And also, they were about to lose, lose their chance at the playoffs early, and he came back when Chris Paul was hurt and then stepped up. So I mean, even if he was like, who was talking about? Somebody we know was talking about the Wofford game. Is that the one that had the big time 3-point shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about like whenever he was flinging up those threes that were guarded. It's like, dude, that's their game. It's James Harden's
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
That's what
He
that's
shoots
how
those
every
shots.
game goes, whether it works or doesn't.
Yep.
Like, that's how it.
Most
that's
time
what
it
we do.
works, and you
Well,
adjust
Steph
sometimes.
Curry
but
is third. He averages
I was gonna say he was-
27.8.
See,
That was
that
a
would
nice guess.
that probably would have been my, if I had to actually guess. That probably would have been my guess. but
Joel
I
Embiid's
thought that one was
fourth.
too obvious to be.
Joel Embiid and LeBron average the same amount of points per game this year.
28 points
Jesus.
something.
27.5. Giannis averages 27.4.
I mean, rebounds like
Damn.
13.
I'm just looking at points.
Okay. Yeah. You
Let me look at rebounds.
that's fine.
Top
I think he
rebounder is
do
Andre
any-
Drummond.
do-
He averages 15.4 a game.
He's always on those boards.
Do either of y'all watch baseball?
No.
So y'all haven't heard anything about the new contracts,
I've heard about those.
dude?
I saw two of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Bryce Harper and
How did professional sports
I can't remember the other guy's name.
get to
um,
this point? They get paid that much money.
Because
I
it's,
usually can. I
it
can't
makes
right now.
perfect sense. It's a
I understand
percentage of
how.
what it makes.
Yeah, and it's like every time someone else, you gotta be once the next best comes, they gotta make more than the best that was. You know what I'm saying? Like they always gotta make more.
Yeah,
So, like Michael Jordan,
that's
once
the whole
LeBron came, it's
point
like
of that.
paying more than Michael Jordan.
The NBA's making more than it was back then, though.
Yeah, and the cap
Exactly.
raise.
The
It's all
players-
just a percentage.
honestly, the players should be making more because
like
the
that's what I'm
owners
saying.
are making billions. So yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like they're making a tiny percentage of what's really
Yeah.
getting.
It's crazy too. They make that much money, which I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we pay for like to go see these things, but it's like, dude.
So
billions of
Giannis is
dollars.
fifth in rebounding though.
What is this rebound?
12.6.
Okay,
So that's 27, 12. I wonder what his assists are.
I'd say probably 5 or 6, maybe. I don't know if he's. I might be 4. I'd say closer to 4.
6.
Okay. That second guess was my
Westbrook
evil twin.
averages 10.4 in first place. Damn.
Is he averaging a triple double still for another season?
Lord, I hope not.
People, I don't know how I feel about Westbrook.
I don't like him.
Okay, so what
I
did
like
I
him as
say?
a
I don't really know why. Like I don't have a reason, but just from what I've seen of him, I don't like him that much.
10.4 assists.
I would rather not see him play.
11.1
He can,
rebounds.
but he can be exciting. What were you saying? Sorry.
Yes, he is.
11.4 rebounds, probably 20 something points a game.
Yeah,
Low
it's like
20s.
25 points a game, I think.
Okay. That's his second season, right? The average one last season.
It was last season for sure, but
Okay.
I don't know if it was the. So this wouldn't be his third in a row, would it?
I don't think so. That's why I don't know. See, I've forgotten. Time just keeps flying by, and you gotta remember stuff. I mean, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember stuff. This sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
It kind of does. Every now and then.
I mean, no, it
Also-
sucks kind of a lot. It just depends.
Yeah, you're true.
It sucked this morning when I woke up. I did not want to get up. Dude, did you hear the thunder?
Yes, was that what that was? I
Bro,
couldn't, dude.
This morning, what was her?
Fuck
I
yeah, it
didn't-
was loud as shit.
I
It was
heard kind of like
crazy.
the rain, but I
Yes.
couldn't tell if it was
Bro, it was throwing down.
because there's also a lot of airplanes. Like I hear airplanes all the time.
No, it was like punching. Like
Yeah,
I woke
no,
up twice.
But like I'd hear that and then it'd keep rolling, and I'd be like,
yeah, that's what
"Is
Connor
that an
said.
airplane? Like, what's going on here?"
Here's a good question. What do y'all think is the next likely natural thing to kill off a lot of people? And do you think we'll see it?
Earthquake or volcano?
What do you think? It had to be natural. Actually, it can be anything.
Earthquake or volcano? That
Agreed.
one volcano hadn't blown up in like
It's due,
supposed to
right?
be like over. It's like so overdue.
Is
that
it
it's-
Yellowstone?
I don't remember.
Look up volcanoes due to erupt.
Yeah.
And dude,
Shut up. That'll freak
Hey.
you out.
There's a 96% chance that an asteroid's going to hit us in 10 years. In 2027, 96% chance it's going to hit us. It's going to hit in Asia, though. But still, if it's a big one, I don't know how big it is, though. I just saw it on
Wait,
NASA.
what did you just say?
There's an asteroid that has a 96% chance of hitting Earth in 8 years.
Like how big? Like fuck.
That's-
up
I
the
don't know.
world?
I saw it on NASA because I was looking up, like, closest, like, if we've calculated any paths of these asteroids, see if they're going to hit us anytime soon.
Seriously, like, because we could be on one side of the sun or the other. You know, like.
And even then, if it doesn't hit us, it can still fuck us up. It's going to be a catastrophic effect if it's a big enough asteroid.
I mean, what if it just goes straight into the sun, like we're on the other side, and it just goes, and nothing happened at all?
What do you mean it goes straight into the sun? What do you mean it goes straight to the sun?
I mean, it flies.
Do you know how
into the
far,
sun.
though, it would have to go to hit the sun first, though? I'm saying.
I'm saying we spin around it. We spin around the sun.
Yes.
So what if, like, okay, say it's gonna hit us here. What if we're over here and then it just goes boop? You know.
It
Or
wouldn't hit the sun. I don't think
180.
it would hit the sun, though. I think it
So
would
The
fly off
sun would
somewhere
be
else.
in the middle. The sun would
But
be.
the sun is
Oh,
so
you're saying
far
it's going
away.
in a circle too?
Well, also, I saw something earlier that was showing like how the moon helped us not get hit by an asteroid once because it pulls on it as much as the Earth
Yeah.
does, and it was showing that it would just go zing around the Earth and it would come back around, go back around the Earth, and it would just keep going until eventually it just flew off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how
Okay,
it flew
so
off, but
volcanoes.
This reads though, hold on, because this has to do with Joe's thing. It's quick, but it says this one's kind of like a personal article a little bit, but it says it hates that like there's supposedly been a lot of rumors about this, but he says multiple outlets are reporting on NASA warning about 2018 LF-16 asteroid or whatever,
mhm.
and that one was like disputed. And it says according to NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, the asteroid will make 62 relatively close passes to Earth between 2023 and 2117.
Yeah. Also,
2017.
these probabilities you can't take them as what they are.
It says with the closest coming on August 8th, 2023.
Okay.
Well, it's also,
says
I
that
wonder
might
if they
sound-
really know. Like, I wonder if they're just like, I think this might happen, or
It
if they're
says-
like, this is.
Well, you also can't take percentages, so
It says the asteroid
No,
has
yeah,
a
I mean, like-
1 in 370 million chance of hitting Earth on that day.
Okay, this thing says that one island, or like, okay, it's talking about one of the volcanoes in Hawaii,
right.
but it's talking about how one, like, it's supposed to go off soon, but then it's saying like it's close to other ones, and then if one goes off, you're gonna have a chain reaction and set off the
And many of
rest.
them can go off.
So
I wouldn't like that.
yeah, so it's saying it could just. What if the Earth just explodes in volcano?
See,
Pretty
I'm
freaked
gonna
out.
read. This is the exact thing I saw. This is on NASA's website. It's loading. Hang on. It's still loading. It's taking a little bit. Okay, here we go. Chance of impact. It says asteroids chance of Earth impact in 2027 now 96%. But this is also that's also like it might be a little old. But hang on.
Mount St. Helens is supposed to erupt too.
Let's
So
see
the
what
one
this
I
says.
think you're looking at was November 30th.
This was in 2017, I think.
Well, it says the one I'm reading says November 30th, 2018. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
It says it's like 21 pages.
Yes.
The article I read was like 8 days later.
I was about to say I looked at the date again and I was like, maybe not. But the idea of asteroid
Forbes
or
made a
solar
story
flare,
on it. Like what we would do if we figured out there was one coming. Like what would we do?
Yeah. Yeah, like knowing like, hey, in 8 years this is gonna
That'd be
hit
an
us.
interesting read.
We would have to all humanity would come together to be like, dude, we have to solve this now.
Would we though?
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, it's either do that or die in 8 years.
Or do we hope that China figures out the AI first, and then they're like, "Hey, China, don't fuck us up. Just save the world from everything."
Or we're just gonna make an iron giant and just gonna go up there and go Superman. And just
Dude.
gonna-
Show me what you've got.
But no, AI is still scary though.
Especially who's in whose hands.
The day it takes off is what's gonna be like. Seriously, one day they'll just come out of nowhere and go, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not gonna guarantee that, but it's scary if it does.
He said, "That's cool, but I don't want it to."
But it's also scary that who's using it.
That's also If it's in the wrong hands, is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the people that will make
And
it
who's
for.
winning the race?
Like who was it? Oh yeah, Elon Musk said that it's inevitable that it'll be used in warfare.
That
Jack-
what?
Oh yeah.
AI will be used in warfare. It'll be eventually
yeah.
it'll be useless to use humans because they're just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
mowed down by the
Makes
robots.
sense to me.
I mean, like for real. And then people, I don't know if it's impossible to make a robot sentient. Not sentient.
I don't know.
Conscious, probably not.
I
But
don't know.
aware of like not wanting
We
to
don't
do.
even know what consciousness is. How can we say that something else can't have it?
Well, if you can make a dog on like.
Bum bum bum.
If like 10 years ago you can get a little device that has a dog on it, every time you don't play the device it goes off. I think they can make a robot that every time you say it's a douche or punches it, it gets pissed
But
off.
we're talking about really like that dog wasn't aware.
Yeah.
Like
I know that.
there's
I'm
a
saying,
20-minute timer on there, and it just knows it's supposed to be
Yeah.
hungry. We're saying like legitimately, like
It thinks
Well,
for
could you not
itself.
time it
It's
where
like
if-
it makes
it's
its
like-
own decisions.
yeah, like the dog. It's
you
sitting
give
there
it
like
options and it picks based off
Okay,
of what it would.
so you
like
give
we're
it-
not
most.
fucking with it, and it's sitting in the corner, and it's like looking at itself, and it's like, dude, I'm made of metal, and it's
Okay,
like,
so
like
you
just
give-
fucking-
It understands what
options.
itself is.
You give it options, and you program it to where here's a sentence. If it hears that sentence used in the wrong way, it takes out that humans, when they hear this, get pissed off. So it gets pissed off and goes. It's in its programming. If it hears, "Hey, fucking douche," it goes, "Okay, that sentence I've been programmed to know."
that'd
that
be
is some-
terrible.
No, it knows that humans get upset about that.
Well, I
That's
think
what I'm
that'd
saying.
be
But
terrible.
could someone not
upset.
program
I just
something
don't think
to
that would
get
work
that?
that way.
I'm not saying I guarantee it.
Because like I walk up to you and say, "Hey, fucking douche," I'm saying hi. I might walk up to somebody else and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, fucking douche," and I might say, "Hey, fucking douche." Like I might mean it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
But I feel like robots are going to be smart enough to decipher between
I think
This-
tone will be
like yes,
harder.
this is an insult, but I'm
That's more so
It
what
doesn't
I'm saying
matter to
too. Is it will be aware that you are insulting it, and it will go, "Okay, fuck you."
I
But
think
it's also
that'll be
gonna be
harder.
like-
I think it'll more read into the words than tone.
I think it's also going to be like if a dog is insulting us, we don't give a fuck about it. Like we don't think twice about it. If another animal is insulting us, we don't. That's what it's going to be.
Well,
It's
you
gonna
don't
be
know
like,
a dog is insulting you.
exactly.
A robot would though. I'm saying
Maybe.
you could program it to go, "Okay, I
Well,
know."
how could we?
If technology is where it's at right now, it has to eventually be at some point where the robot can go, "Okay, that person constructed a negative sentence, so now I must beat them up."
How would it figure
I
out
don't
this
think they're
dog's
gonna-
emotions?
I don't think they're going to think the same.
It doesn't have to. I'm saying.
Oh, but you said it would.
No, I'm saying.
I feel like that's crazy.
I
I'm
don't think-
saying when it picks up on a sentence. If I say, "Hey, motherfucking douche," or if I say, "Hey, you stupid fucking robot," then it might go, "Oh, it's calling me a stupid fucking robot. Fuck him, boof."
I don't
Well,
think.
see,
it would,
I
I
think
don't
it's-
think it would have the same series of thoughts.
I think it would say. I think it would take your
That's
words
human
rather than what
nature.
you said.
But if I
That's
programmed
human
it to
nature.
take it that way, is what I'm saying.
It's artificial intelligence. You can't program it. It's different.
That's true. I see what you're saying there. Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's not the
Okay,
same
now I
thing.
get
It's
it.
thinking for itself. It's learning
Okay.
on its own.
Yes, I see what
You're
you're
not
saying.
teaching it. You're not telling it how to learn.
Well, now you've bridged the
It's
gap.
doing itself.
Yes, okay.
Like that's the thing.
Well, if it's doing itself, could you also teach it to learn that is a?
well, you can
You
teach
could,
it
but
certain
I think,
things.
I
like
think
you
it
can
would
make
be
it
more
have
powerful
tendencies.
than you're teaching. Like you're not gonna be smart. Like it'd be like it'd be like a baby trying to teach an adult. Like it doesn't work. Like it's gonna think so much faster than us that by the time we're trying to teach it something, it's already learned it and moved on. And
But I think certain things are going to be hard to grasp. I think it won't understand tone for a while. There's no way.
maybe I don't know.
I think
Yeah, that's what I'm
I think
saying. I
more
don't
so when I say something,
I don't see why not.
it's not taking how loud I said it or how far I said it apart. It's going to be more like word, 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 word. Okay. Like,
Well, they now have AI that you can talk to it and it sounds like a human. So I don't see why I couldn't pick up like.
see, but I have to like do that kind of shit all day, like dealing with those like automated things.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Well, if they have a million recordings or a billion recordings of how people talk to each other, and then implanted that into that robot and said, "Learn how this goes," they could probably pick up. Okay, this is how everybody reacts. So if somebody's coming at me that way, you see what I'm saying?
No.
Okay,
I mean, I get what you're saying, yes, but I don't
I
think
just
that's
don't
how it's
see
gonna
how it
think.
would happen.
It's not going to think what's the best way to kill them. It's going to think what's the best way to neutralize this, like get out of this situation fast. Like what's the quickest way to end this situation?
No, he's
whatever it
talking
is.
about like giving them the experience of a million conversations.
Oh yeah,
yes, and then it picking up what a conversation would based off your tone
Yeah.
and based off the million other conversations it's had in its brain from other people conversating.
yeah.
It would know the reaction.
It's
or whatever.
possible, but I just don't.
Yeah,
I,
I'm not
I don't
saying
see
it's.
it
I'm definitely not
happening
saying
that way.
it's true.
'Cause,
I
like,
feel
we
like
can
it would
say-
also take into account that each person has different.
That's what I'm saying.
mannerisms.
I feel like they wouldn't let it happen that way. I feel like they'd be like, well, a third of those people are murderers, and half of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Some of them are bipolar, like that percentage of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they would be like, we need this to work how we want it to work.
What?
I mean, they can record everybody.
So Joe talked about taking a million people's conversations and like pretty much feeding it to the robot,
Yeah.
so it has all this like
But
a knowledge
once the
bank.
robot's open to the internet, it has access to everything that's ever existed.
That's true too.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I don't care if it has access to everything because I don't care what half the people say on the internet. Is what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. So it's gonna have to sift through the bullshit based on what the people tell it to anyway. Is what I'm saying.
What the people tell it to do? What? I'm saying
It's gonna have to use. It's gonna have to. Somebody is still gonna have to tell it. I can't just tell this robot to go on Google and look up when this asteroid's gonna hit me because there's an article right now that says there's an asteroid like flying past us in a week.
yeah.
I don't think that one's true, but the one that he was reading about in 4 years might be more true, and then might be written by a sane person. And then what I was saying was that in a million conversations, say a third of those people are bipolar, so they don't have thoughts we want to take anyway, and we don't want to respond the way they do either.
But it's also going to have access to the facts of what it is, and
How do we decide fact?
Well, if I
it's
wanted
going
to
to have access to like the
No,
scientific
the people
reports.
the people that make the robot are going to be able to set like a benchmark to have it decide what's fact. It'll say, don't listen to all this, but listen to this. You can take sources from
Well,
here.
I'm saying it's going to be able to just
I think the person's still going to have to do that part.
well, you could
I
take a
don't know.
million
I don't
recordings.
Because I think if I open up a robot that's going to learn everything and I put it around bad people, it's going to learn bad things. So you don't
Because
want it to
it
learn
would have, like,
everything.
it would have access to the
Well, could you stop it from learning everything? That was a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
it would have access to the video and the math behind every decision though, and it would understand.
There's no
it.
math behind my emotion of this decision. Maybe I'm pissed
No,
off
you're talking
today.
about, like the asteroids and stuff. Like it would be able to know, like
How?
because it would have access to. However, we like looked at it and saw it.
But
it would
we
have
didn't
access
do
to all
that.
that.
It would have to learn it from these people, and maybe they would look at it on that website, like you're saying, to draw it from the internet and do
no,
it wrong.
I'm saying like the people that made the website and then made the decision. It would have access to what they did.
And said was true, but could be false, and it thinks it's true.
I'm saying it would have access to the equipment to
If
look
I
at the
post
space
on the
though.
internet, Cole, that this asteroid is going to hit us, and everything this robot sees on the internet it thinks is true, and I put some fake ass math up there, it's going to think it's true, and that's what I'm
No,
telling
it's
you.
not.
Your thing won't have as many clicks.
I'm saying
NASA will
What do
have.
you mean? It won't? Exactly. That's what we literally just did this right now. If I type an asteroid hitting Earth, NASA's top. Those are the top. The third one is talking about this asteroid that's going to be however far away, going 1,115 miles an hour, in hours or a week or whatever it is. That was close to the top, but it's like probably going to be disputed if I even read into any.
And I'm saying artificial intelligence is going to have access to the telescopes that look at outer space. They're going to have access to say, this one, and it's coming at this speed, at this angle.
I just don't see it.
It's going to be able to do the math itself.
See, because it's not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to hook it up to a telescope
Why
before it
wouldn't they?
reads tone.
Those things are electronic
Because if
already.
we can say
They
anything
can
can
already probably
happen,
hook up to a telescope. They already
Those
do
things
that.
are electronic already.
I don't think I can look right. Yes, we just talked to these people about electronics.
Yes,
So
that's
what
AI.
I'm telling you is, I'm not going to be able to ask this robot, be like, look into space. Because if it can't read my tone, it's not going to be able to fucking look into. It's not going to be like, okay, give me a second. This rock's 4 billion miles away. No, we're going to be dead. You're going to be dead. We're all going to be fucking dead. We can say this is going to happen eventually, but I can tell you, in a million years, these robots will replace us, and we'll be getting walked around by robots and doing all this shit. But I'm talking about, like, realistically, kind of based on the way it's going, we're still going to have to set limits on these robots. Because I put it in a room with 100 people and say, take all these opinions and form your own opinion out of
Well,
those.
you can set limits with the robots, but how many limits are on guns and drugs? People will still find ways of getting people that are intelligent and want to fuck up people.
But I'm saying the robot won't defy that. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody's still going to have to tell the robot, like, there's wrong people out there, is essentially what they're going to have to say. Because I'm saying if it draws all that information but can't decipher what is false, because if I don't have an opinion and you just start telling me shit, I'm going to be like, okay. But if I make a robot and I say, before you go out there, don't listen to these people, don't take sources from this, probably listen to NASA, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying the same way you formed that opinion about those people, it's going to be able to form that opinion.
and you
It
can-
won't have an opinion. If I make an
It will if
opinionless
it's
robot,
thinking for itself.
it won't think for itself. That's what I'm saying. It's
That's
got
what
to.
artificial intelligence is.
I know, but they got to lean it in a certain direction. It's like the AI that they made to play poker.
Well, they really don't though. They just let
no,
it go.
they absolutely
I'm
do.
saying-
Because like if
I'm
I
saying
if
if
I
you
make
lean in
AI
the
right now
direction-
and I try and play it in poker, I'm gonna beat its ass for the first hour. It's not gonna have any knowledge on any poker until I lay down a 2. It's never seen a 2. But if I go, hey, before you start, let me show you a few things, or you can take this information from here, this kind of thing, and make it relative, like to where it can actually look up that information, have an opinion. What's it gonna look up prior to that? It has no knowledge. So if I go to sit down, it's like, let's play poker, and we start, I'm gonna have the robot beat for a little while. But if I
Yeah.
start out and I say, hey robot, go to the internet and you can look up this poker shit. Don't listen to
I'm
these
saying
100 people because
it
they
wouldn't
probably are
be-
bad at poker.
It wouldn't be. It has to look it up. It's constantly.
Well, if it has to,
The entire internet is its brain. It's all in there.
it would have to look it up.
Saying, okay, but it would be instantaneous. Like, it thinks faster than us. That's how it learns faster than us. So it's going
I
to be almost
know,
instantaneous. that
But it can't learn
figures out
something it
everything.
doesn't know yet.
Also, that you just brought up a good example. My example of the cell phone thing is that same example. So when you play, like the guy that had the example of AI playing him in poker, and the more he played it, Like he would beat its ass for the first like day, and then the next day it would
But they
lose.
put prior poker knowledge in that robot.
Yes, but you're putting prior conversation into a robot. You can put any conversation you
But
want.
that's
as
what
well.
I'm telling you. That's what you're not listening to. So do you think all humans are perfect and everybody knows how to play poker?
No.
You think everybody that posts articles is right? No, because somebody told you what is right and what is
All
wrong.
it has to look up is the rules of the game. And
Okay,
then from
but that's
there,
for poker. But there are no rules to looking up asteroids. So here's what I'm telling you. I would tell this. You know, because you're basing this logic right now. You're telling me that there's certain things that are true and it would be able to decide. But if it doesn't have an opinion at the beginning and it doesn't want to decide, it just takes things as information. Where is it going to decide what's wrong or right? I have to start that. Your parents told you a long time ago, or maybe your teachers told you, take this information from here, listen to this, don't listen to this. Why would I subject a robot to 1 million people that, like, I don't know, a quarter of them, I don't want their opinion. That's what I'm telling you. So then, let's say this, amount of people has this issue, whatever it is. I don't want it taking the culmination of that. I want to tell it right at the beginning, don't listen to these people. Listen to this information.
Are you saying that you can't do that, or you can?
I'm saying that we're always going to have to do that for now, for our lifetime.
See, I'm wondering if
See, I'm saying it's going to understand each individual scenario, and then as new ones come up, it'll narrow it down. Like
If you know
it'll judge
absolutely
you
nothing,
based-
though, I'm saying if you know nothing, I say, fuck you. You don't know what I just said.
Okay,
No, you don't.
I mean, I know, yeah.
No, you don't. You don't. So
you learn language as a baby. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm telling
it'll
you.
learn as
And
it
somebody
goes.
told you that fuck was wrong, right?
well, see, a robot can learn English though in 2 seconds. You just got to program it every word in the English.
You got to
language.
program it.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I'm
that's
saying.
all you
So
got to
I
do
would
though.
program
and
this
it
robot
knows.
to pull good sources, and I'd have to pull this robot to say good things and to decide who to listen to. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, if I want to know,
We have to still program robots to do certain things. I can't just say you're going to be AI and all of a sudden it's going to do exactly what I want it to.
But
Perfect.
that's the thing. That's
That's
what I'm
what we're saying, is
You're
you can
not-
just
it's not
program
going to be
it.
able to do what you want it to do. It's going to do whatever it wants to do.
But you can gear it to do certain things. Because if that robot didn't want to play poker, it would have just quit. But it sat and played poker with those
Yeah,
guys for
right
2
now,
fucking days.
That's like that's at the
Okay,
capacity.
that's
it is
what I'm
right
saying,
now.
right
saying
now.
as it goes, we're not going to be able to control it. It's going to be.
But
its
I'm
own
talking about
thing.
right now. That's what I'm saying. Robots could be walking us in
Oh,
200
okay,
years.
yeah.
Who gives a
Yeah.
fuck? I'm talking about right now. And in our lifetime.
well, I feel like in our
probably.
lifetime it's possible.
Yeah,
Because like
definitely our lifetime.
these cars
Yeah.
that do all this shit,
yeah.
they're not just going, yeah, I think I'm gonna go over this way. It said, hey, if you got this much distance and you're going this
Yeah.
fast, you can get over, bro.
Yeah, sure.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying all along.
I'm trying to think I'm trying to get back to where we deferred then.
I don't
Like,
know.
My only thing that I was saying is that could you? So I'm trying to relapse to where we disagreed. Okay.
Well, I think it's just.
I
that-
think I was being really basic. Like I feel like I don't know where I.
Well, you were talking about controlling it right now, and I was saying in the future it's not gonna we're not gonna be able to control it.
But we don't. But who knows?
So
Yeah.
if you,
Yeah, I know.
my basis is if you can throw like an AI and into like whatever, and you give it your information you have, and it goes on its own and learns more about what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you can give it what you have, and then go, okay, you're on here.
But you got to tell it what's right and wrong. It's like a baby. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's the
getting
best way to put it.
that.
I was.
I'm getting that.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that I could program it if I wanted to only do wrong. But see, I get where you're going.
See, I
Okay,
don't think
could it learn on its own after that though? Who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, what if I did show it 1 million people and it was like 30% of the time I need to be a cocksucker? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't want it
my
to do
only
that.
thing
I want
was-
to tell it, be like, hey, there are some people that you just kind of fuck them. So, like, of the 1 million people it listens to, it's going to go chop. All those people are being crazy. They flew off the cuff real fast. Fuck them. I don't want to draw any of that knowledge. And then poker, same thing. They're not going to watch some fucking retard. They're not going to draw this knowledge from YouTube. Some guy that's
I
fucking.
feel like they're gonna watch the bad people and go, "That's how you lose."
Well,
they
they
might,
also could
but
have,
they don't know that's a lot. Like they're gonna, like I said, they gotta learn poker from like the ground up. Like I'm talking about like this thing. We've gotta aim it in some like a boat. We gotta go this way. I can't just say like, here's a blank sheet of paper and be like, this AI is gonna be badass at playing cards here soon.
Yeah, I think of it more.
If
as
I
like,
start playing cards with it, it is gonna be badass.
see,
But
I think of it more as like a germ, where when you drop it, you can kind of like lead it to somewhere, but eventually it's just gonna go in every direction.
That's also I don't
eventually.
get.
Yeah.
How can you program it? See, that's what I'm also not an expert at this. At
I don't
all.
get that at all
Yeah,
either.
I don't get how you can program an AI to know the rules of poker, have never played a single game other than knowing at people's hands, and it just learns from how you play, and it goes, okay, I know you're bluffing right here, bud, and it takes your money every time almost. That's crazy. And it knows when to
Well, it's
fold.
'cause-
It knows when you're winning. Probably. I mean, how's that? That's just crazy. They can store that much info. I wonder if we could do that. If we could store that much info also.
Also, because
Or memory.
you could. It's because people fall into pretty easy tendencies. Like
Yeah.
if you can look at the percentages, then they're pretty easy to beat.
And I feel like most of the smart human beings that are good at do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
they
why
kind
people
of
get away
remember.
with
Okay.
like.
Playing
people-
poker's different. Like, you don't necessarily have to lose in poker.
Now chess is different. Whenever it can just beat your ass in
Ow.
chess, I kind of want to get into playing chess. I used to like chess a lot.
But you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You know, like the hands you just get to fold. Now I don't know if they played. Did they play
Yeah.
1-on-1 or was it the guy, his friend, and then the robot?
See, I don't know. I don't know how many people were at the table. I think it was just him 1-on-1 though, but I don't know.
Like heads up.
But either way, if it was 4 of you, it probably could catch on into all of your tendencies. Whenever you three
No,
are
I'm
playing
not
by
saying like
themselves,
that would affect it. I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
like that's just like
it's so I don't know. See, like that's what if that's where we're at now. There's no way they're gonna go. Well, that's as far as we got. You know, it's gonna go. Okay, what can we do better than them?
See, here's what I'm thinking.
Hang
That's what
on.
I was trying to think.
So they taught the AI how to bluff, basically.
They didn't teach it how to bluff. They taught how to play cards and then said, boom, there. That's what I'm saying. Like, here's what I think happened. This is
Okay.
part of my story. I think they told it, you have this card and this card, here's this percentage, blah, blah, blah. And they fed them that right off the bat. So they're saying, like, based off your card, you're probably going to know what's going to happen. And it's not really reading, like, dude, like, breathe, you know, looking at him, whatever it is. It's reading, like, based off that. So, like, one, it can't, like, there are hands, which granted, if they're playing face up, that wouldn't apply. So you're always going to have to pay in if it's face up. But if it wasn't face up, then somebody's getting out free anyway. So, I mean, technically, you don't always have to lose. And if I know this hand only has a 30% chance of winning,
I guarantee
I'm
you.
going to go, and I'm a robot, I'm like, these fuckers, you know, have a higher chance of beating me, and I don't have to spend money. Like, it's making those decisions as well, I think.
There's so
Yeah.
much shit. I bet it's like how long you take to wait to,
That's
to
what I
make your
think they
decision
told-
every time. Like
That's
all
why I
kinds
think
of
it
shit.
kicked
yeah.
its ass. And, like, we know percentage, or I don't, but you
And
do.
it's got the perfect poker face. It doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't know
another
necessarily
thing.
all
You can't
percentages.
predict.
I just like if I have a hand, like if I have a hand, I just know. I don't know everybody else's hand if they folded, so I can't really guess. I have to go like a plus or minus because they could have a
Yeah.
queen in their hand, if, you know.
Well, yeah,
But
but
then there's
still.
this many queens, like I have this many cards in the deck. You know, just like you know.
I mean, they got to do the same thing, though, and they don't get any.
Also, you can't. There's some things you just can't
Sight.
get into percentages with because they're just percentages. Like stuff's gonna happen. Like it's
But
there's always gonna be a 100% this will happen.
I wonder the amount of poker players that said that's bullshit because it's not like in person. Because a lot of people say you play the
Probably.
person, not the cards.
Especially because like they say online's different than in person.
Well,
They,
see,
a lot of regular players hate
but
online players.
if you made it where,
I mean, you could.
well, for the robot, it wouldn't be any different if it was on a computer or if you put a robot in
Yeah,
front of a
it
chair.
wouldn't be
Like
any
if it
different
was
at
just
all,
like
yeah.
I'm saying
Karen.
you can make it not have any any mannerisms or any of that.
They could have a
shit.
claw that would grab the cards and say fold, or it would grab it and say
It
play.
could
And
be
that's
like
it.
Because it
could
makes
just
its
be an arm
it makes
if
its
it really wanted.
decisions in milliseconds faster than we can
Yeah.
even.
I wonder if a robot ever like purposely like not bluffs but waits and pauses just to see if the person just goes. But
I
actually,
mean,
probably doesn't know.
They
But,
teach us to do that in conversation.
like also if that one what's that one robot in Russia that can basically talk to you and you can that's kind of crazy. We're all about that
I
shit.
can't remember its
Dude,
name.
they have one like that where it's
it's like a
like
girl.
it's like if you don't answer your phone, but you like tell like AI like have this conversation for me,
Right.
then it'll do it. Like it'll respond like the way you would respond like
What in the fuck?
with your mannerisms.
That's like if you can have that girl robot that can talk to you, and then you can also have this robot over here that can jump
Yeah.
like 10 feet in the air. When are you gonna have those two come together? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I just feel like we could play the what if game like forever.
it's only there's no point in like thinking of, there's no point in dwelling on it or anything like that. It's just like a quiz.
I just feel like when it comes to like if the robots like take over, what does it really want to do? Like
yeah,
it
there's really
doesn't
no
gain
goal.
anything by destroying us.
See, and that's another thing I've thought about too. Like, that's always like the
It has
ultimate
no-
goal for the robot. But like, what if we show it that like that's just they're gonna be fucked?
Well, I mean, technically, really, what goal do we have?
Exactly. Like we don't even know.
I mean, we still go.
I mean, we have a goal. We stay alive and then we die. Like they wouldn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
one
but I mean, you're gonna die anyway. So what's the point?
because the robot won't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like the robot's just gonna be like, so.
The robot could be like, I kind of want to conquer everything, so I'm just gonna build a rocket ship. Then conquers
I'm
everything,
just
goes,
wondering
"Fuck,
if they
fuck."
could teach it like, even if you do take over the world, you're gonna be left with nothing.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're still doing the same shit basically. Like
And
even
a lot of the stuff you may need later is not getting developed. But then they would develop it and we would die.
Even then, a
they
robot
could
would be.
develop faster than us. So
A robot would still be. Well, a robot can do anything it wanted to live forever, but it would be trapped here for a long time. But it's still robots confined to physics.
But also, I don't feel like it's gonna care about exploring. It's gonna be
No, I don't know what it would care about really.
exactly.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. Only
what's-
thing
it
it would make
doesn't
it
have
bad
the.
is if it had a purpose.
So
of
might
killing.
have to tell it what to care about. That's
Exactly.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I
all
don't
it
think,
would
I don't think you can tell it what to care about. I think it's.
I
Just,
think you
You
can.
can
I think
program
it can
a
be
task.
broad.
You can give it a task and say, "This is your task."
I think it's basically just gonna figure.
I think you're
all-
taking it too literal. I'm thinking like you're more like you're gonna find an energy source, and it's just like, okay, boop, and it starts floating off in space. And it's like, it's just what it's gonna go fucking do, like some little fucking robot. But like more so, you could just be like, you're gonna be a nice robot, and it just goes off. Like that's just what it fucking
Yeah,
does.
that's what I'm saying.
I feel like it can be brought like that, like not so like you're gonna go and you're gonna beat.
See, I feel like it's gonna be able to figure out the math and stuff that we haven't been able to figure out, and it's just gonna kind of be like, oh, all these equations that you guys figured out, but you didn't really get all the way. Here's what they are.
But do you think
You
we
know.
make it up in the first place? Like
What?
I wonder how we like we made all these equations and shit.
No,
And
they're
then
not
if
made
the-
up.
Well, I'm saying like,
Yeah,
Well,
I get what
we-
you mean. I get what you mean.
I mean
yeah,
like
yeah.
we created them.
Well,
yes, but
But what I'm saying is like, would the robot like not understand how we retardedly deciphered that? Like how we came up with that? They're like,
it would
"What the
probably
fuck?"
understand what we did, but then
I feel
come
like
up
they'd
with a
come up
better
with
way.
their own shit. Yeah,
I feel like it would understand what we did and then be like, oh yeah, this is much better though.
Yeah.
This way is how you could have did it.
a lot of the stuff we have also is very. It's not necessarily right.
Oh yeah,
Like, a lot of stuff is just
And it's been
approximations that are
changed, like-
close and have tolerances because you can't really get close. Well, some things are precise though, like they are for
and
sure.
it's also because
But-
most of the time you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be within this. Like you gotta
Yes.
get this close, basically.
Yes.
So this is all we care about. Like you don't have to be no more extra.
Nope.
As little work as possible.
It's also you can't be perfect in everything, even like
Yeah.
machining, not a chance.
It's impossible.
Unless you have like some of the best of the best, which a lot of companies do. But
And even then, it's not perfect. It's still to a degree of error.
Do they have a jump shot robot?
that's it.
I just
Yeah,
made it up like
they
a
do.
robot that shoots.
Sure.
Yes,
Really?
it shoots perfectly from wherever you sit it.
Really?
Yes,
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if I
Yes.
could just be like, here.
it has a hand and everything. It shoots like a person. It just goes, and no matter where you put it, and you put a basketball there, it'll swish it.
Incredible.
Yeah,
I feel like that's pretty sweet.
Kind of goes to
MIT
show you
is
that basketball
scary.
is not a game of luck.
we need to defund MIT.
Dude, the
Really not.
Dirk
MIT's a
Nowitzki's
college,
coach
so-
thought that.
We gotta get rid of them. They're making too much good technology. What now?
Or maybe it
I'm
wasn't
joking,
his
by the way.
coach. His mentor, whatever, Dirk's
Oh.
mentor. They would go over his like release and the angle he let go and all this shit like every time to make his jump shot as good as it was. And he like made a program for Dirk to use on his computer. Dude, all this crazy shit, and it had a player model of Dirk on there.
They do stuff like that for baseball, like for your swing,
That's crazy.
because the more perfect your swing is, like consistently, then the more you're gonna get hits. Like, so they
I
have it
suck at
tracked
baseball.
down to like every. It's weird. It's
I might
really
play in
weird.
a little league, not little league, in a softball league.
If you do, I want to.
Yeah.
for
With
who?
keg. Yeah, dude,
For sure.
it'd be hilarious. I suck. I
He's
look like
adding
it.
4 people who are good at baseball and 10 alcoholics.
Dude, I
Yes.
look stupid swinging a baseball bat. I'm about to say baseball. It's
I ain't
baseball
swung
bat,
one in
too.
a while.
He's in a baseball bat.
but I can get back into the swing of things.
All right, any last?
Got him.
Hey,
Yeah.
So it's been like an hour and 20 minutes. What's the last
Yeah.
topic I want to do? I got some homework. Got to finish modeling a bump stock on AR-15 for class.
Yes. For class.
Yeah. Shut up.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. I just,
Yeah,
yeah,
terrible.
fuck.
Hate to ruin the surprise, but
Surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
I gotta do that, and I gotta do also have a project due Wednesday. Dude, I hate not being able to work. Like tomorrow, I ain't gonna work Thursday.
We're running Wednesday. You can't do the project.
Where y'all running at?
I don't know. The weather looks like it's going to be like 62.
Probably off a
Dope.
cliff,
I mean, I figured that's
off
where
my
I-
roof of my. But
Let me make sure I read that right.
what the weather?
Yeah. Because if I read next week, Never mind.
I'll run a
I'll
good
do it.
2 to 2.5 miles probably. I'm down with that. Outside though,
I say we run outside around that track around like the sidewalk
I'm cool with that.
and just do it as long as possible.
It's 54 tomorrow.
I think what I'm gonna do is try to run every day. Just go until
You shouldn't
at
run.
least. Huh?
You shouldn't run away from your problems, Cole. It's not your fault.
I'm running circles
It's
around
not your
my
fault.
problems. Okay.
It's not your fault.
I'm running circles around my problems.
Well, as long as you're getting in shape.
Exactly.
So the softball stadium is your problem.
That's your problem.
I'm gonna get you one day.
I mean, hey.
But no, I ain't got really much else to say right now other than next week we got Nathan Leslie, hopefully. No, we do though.
Hopefully, please.
The 8th is the week after that. Well, we're gonna post the schedule. You'll see.
You'll all see.
You'll all see. No, April's schedule should be out tomorrow. So should this episode tomorrow.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all I got. Another fine Monday. I had a great time.
Yep,
Great being here for it.
it's a good one. Yep. Take it easy, everybody.
All right.